In this video, we want to take a look at the topic, why top leaders are becoming certified executive coaches. And before we dive a little deeper, let's take a look at one very simple but important question. Here it is. Have you ever been stuck in a tough place? I know I have. What about you? Well, in this webinar, we want to take a look at a couple of things to really help us process and think through why becoming a certified executive coach could be a potential career mover for you. Or more specifically, it can help you become a certified executive coach and do things that you've always wanted to do. Here are some realities. The people you serve face daily difficulties and daily obstacles. Coaching gives you the tools to help them overcome these challenges. Now, I realize you might be an entrepreneur, a business owner, a senior executive in your company, or you're wanting to make a career move. But one of the things remains true, and here it is. People are always facing obstacles, and many times as leaders, you and I face these very same obstacles, and we have to help people overcome their challenges. Notice, leaders, despite their outward confidence, often face anxieties around skill development, staying relevant, or leading through change. Have you ever experienced any of those things? I know I have. Here are some common leadership anxieties. Skills relevance. Leaders face the constant challenge of rapid change and continuous learning to keep their skills relevant. You and I know things are moving very quickly. That is a challenge for many leaders today. Second, loss of credibility. Leaders fear appearing incompetent, unprepared for the unknown, or having their leadership questioned while learning new skills. And number three, failure to improve. Leaders fear a lack of major improvement in their planned outcomes despite their investment in training or their best efforts. And lastly, time commitment. Leaders often worry that dedicating time to leadership development will detract them from their current responsibilities. So here are the four again: skills relevance, loss of credibility, failure to improve, time commitment. Each of these cause significant leadership anxieties. What happens, however, when you, as the leader, hit the ceiling on your ability to lead effectively, serve others, develop more leaders, or learn new leadership skills? Well, let me propose to you four things. Number one, your effectiveness as a leader decreases. Number two, you have discouragement in your life. Discouragement begins. It starts to take a greater grip on your life. Number three, credibility is lost. When you've hit the ceiling and you're not growing, all of a sudden your credibility is at risk. And lastly, your confidence stops. It's hard to be confident as a leader when you're not growing and you're watching and observing others grow and move forward in their leadership while you remain stuck. In my book, The Coaching Advantage, I wrote the following. All of us have blind spots. We all have areas in our lives that are not performing at 100% capacity every day. I'm not sure if you're a sports person or not, but I do enjoy sports. Some of the greatest athletes of all times, what do? They hire coaches. They get coaching. As you pursue this idea of what would it look like to become a certified executive coach, how could I help people remove their obstacles, remove their barriers? Here's what you're going to discover. In the process, you realize that you have additional blind spots that you have left unaddressed. Now, the beautiful part about all of this is that you'll learn how to identify these blind spots and put a plan together to overcome them one step at a time. One of the most significant obstacles that I've seen personally that leaders have struggled with is the fear of leadership stagnation. Can you relate the fear of leadership stagnation. Well, here's the good news. Don't let the fear of leadership stagnation sabotage your leadership, because there is a solution. You don't have to be afraid of that any longer. You don't have to feel embarrassed because you've hit a leadership plateau. You can overcome every leadership plateau with decisive action. If someone tells you, I've never hit a leadership plateau in my life, they're simply not being honest. All of us as leaders, we've hit leadership plateaus at one time or another. I know how you feel because I've been there one too many times. But without a plan for growth, guess what? The fear of leadership stagnation will become your reality. I've been there. I can understand. I can relate. We have had times in our lives. I have had times in my life, my personal life, my professional life, my spiritual life, where I have plateaued. And it's not a great place to be. But before I move on, let me tell you briefly my story. That's my wife Yami there. And let me tell you a little bit about myself before we dive deeper into this topic. I'm Marcel Sanchez, an ICF professional certified coach. I'm the founder of Imagine Coaching Academy, and I serve as executive pastor at Global Church in Miami, Florida. Well, I really believe I've walked in your shoes in one way or another. I've wrestled with my faith. I've struggled in my marriage and in my family life. I've neglected my health. I've plateaued in my leadership growth and development. I've worked long hours in a corporate job to provide for the needs of my family. And I've lacked confidence in my leadership skills. There on the right, you'll see my beautiful family. I understand what it means to plateau in your leadership. I understand the pursuit of something greater to impact more people, but it's not necessarily another webinar. It's not necessarily another course that you show up once a week. It has to be something different. It has to be something experiential. And over the years, I've helped and served many people, many leaders in particular. I've trained over 11,000 people. I've had over 1,000 training events that I've been a part of, 33 years plus of married life with my wife, Yami. I've been in ministry for over 33 years. I have 26 years and even a little bit more of professional experience. And throughout the years, I've had the privilege of publishing 29 books. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to really encourage people through my writing, through the conferences, and through my coaching. By God's grace, I found a proven way to close these gaps. What gaps? Well, the blind spots and the things that keep our leadership stuck. Build new leadership skills and move my life forward. And I believe you can move your life forward as well. I call it the 3 C's of transformation. What do you need to grow and reach new levels of competence and reach new levels of confidence in your leadership? I call it the 3 C's of transformation. You need a commitment, you need a coach, and you need a course of action. If you want, go ahead and say that with me. Ready? You need a commitment, a coach, and a course of action. Why are so many top leaders becoming certified executive coaches? Let me give you several reasons. First of all, they're becoming certified executive coaches because coaching delivers, notice, exponential results. And I'm going to share some of these with you, and these are really amazing to consider. Coaching helps organizations increase their performance by a whopping 48%. That's almost 50%. Next, coaching helps teams increase their performance by 50%. Imagine what would happen with the teams that you serve if they increase their performance by 50%. Well, becoming an executive coach, a certified executive coach, will give you the tools to help companies do just that. And Coaching helps executives, this is you, this is me, increase our performance by a staggering 70%. Imagine 70% more profitability, 70% more performance, more efficiency. This is research performed by the International Coaching Federation. The Journal of Psychological Issues in Organizational Culture, they found these metrics and this ROI in their study. They explored the effects of executive coaching on leadership transformation. The ROI, they demonstrated a strong correlation between coaching and improved leadership effectiveness. This is powerful. Let's take a look at a few more examples. The CIPD's Coaching Climate Survey. What did they discover? Metrics. They identified benefits such as increased awareness and responsibility, improved relationships, clearer roles and objectives, and increased leadership capability. What was the ROI? 95%. Think about that. 95% believed coaching can deliver tangible benefits to individuals and to organizations. Then we have the Journal of Public Administration Research and Theory. Here are the metrics. They explored the impact of leadership coaching in public sector settings. Here's the ROI they discovered: improved leadership skills, more effective decision making, and greater readiness for leadership roles. The Manchester Review, I love this one. Metrics. Companies that provided coaching to their executives realized improvements in productivity, quality, organizational strength, customer service, and shareholder value. What about the ROI? They received an average, this is staggering, an average of 5.7 times. Let's just pause for a minute. Let's really dig deep into this. They received an average return of 5.7 times the initial investment in coaching. 5.7 times is no laughing matter. This is significant. This is powerful. Despite economic challenges, the U.S. business coaching industry surpassed $15.2 billion in revenue in 2023. We're still waiting for more recent data, but that's impressive by itself, demonstrating its resilience and increasing demand for leadership development. Coaching is not going away anytime soon. Booz Allen Hamilton. Here are the metrics. Study on the impact of executive coaching on achieving business results. Here's the ROI. A return of $7.90 for every $1 invested in coaching. I can do that all day long, and I'm sure you can too. If every time you invested $1, you get $7.90 back, you will be on a perpetual cruise with your family and enjoying the time of your life. Metrics Global found a 529% ROI on executive coaching, jumping to 788% when retention is included. These are amazing statistics. 87% of executive MBA programs now offer executive coaching. That is by design. That is highly intentional. 86 to 87% of companies report positive ROI. Median ROI around 7 times investment, with 19% reporting 50 to 49x returns. This is amazing for us to consider. To grow others effectively, and this is something I have challenged myself in the past, and I seek to challenge others as well. To grow others effectively, you must first grow yourself intentionally. Would you repeat that with me? I know you might be all alone in an office somewhere, but just say it quietly. To grow others effectively, you must first grow yourself intentionally. That is so true. Like you, I dedicated significant time to helping others grow. I realized that it was time to focus on my own growth. I had attended countless conferences and webinars, online and live seminars and training workshops, and they were good. They were very, very good. But I needed to do something different. I needed an experiential learning environment to really take my leadership to the next level. Once again, to grow others effectively, you must first grow yourself intentionally. I really believe now is the time. It's really the best time to invest in yourself. You've invested in others, and so have I, but now is the time to invest in yourself. Do you want to continue growing as a leader, to serve people better and change more lives? If you are still watching this video, I believe that you are. I believe that you're committed to continuous learning and continuous growth. But first, I want you to envision your future self. Thriving again as a leader, if you are presently in a leadership plateau, increasing your confidence and increasing your competency as a leader, fulfilling your life's purpose, what you were designed to do, changing more lives. That's what we all want. We want greater impact. What would it look like to fearlessly lead your team without, keyword, without lacking confidence, lacking clarity, or lacking competency? What would it look like if you increased your confidence as a leader? That's the question that we are asking. Imagine a life without stagnation, without frustration in your leadership journey. It's time for you to get started. It's really time for you to get started on a new way, not the old way, not the same old way, but a new way to develop your skills and empower more leaders. You've invested in others, as I've said already. Now invest in yourself. Take the next step, and I want to invite you to register now for the live webinar. I think it's clear by now, coaching is having a tremendous impact on many organizations. Executive coaching, more specifically, is transforming teams and executives and entire organizations to do better, to do more, and do it faster. You may be asking at this point, Marcel, what am I going to gain by attending the live webinar? Well, I think there are at least 4 things that you will gain. First of all, you'll be able to follow a proven 3-step roadmap to launch your coaching career with confidence, credibility, and impact. You may not want to switch careers. Maybe you want to become a workplace coach. That's fine. Maybe you're an executive and you simply want better tools and a better way to empower your leaders and train them and develop them to become future leaders. That's great. Maybe you're a business coach and you're looking for more golf clubs, if you will, in your golf bag. You want more tools to help your clients and serve clients and maybe open up a new window of opportunities to serve others. That's fine as well. It says here, learn how to accelerate your growth with our 2-day certified executive coach intensive. I'll talk you through not only the process, the 3-step process, but I'm also going to talk with you about the actual intensive, a 2-day intensive, and we do it in different ways. And this intensive will help you find the tools, gain the confidence to go in and coach people at a higher level in their business, in their place of work, in their organization, wherever they find themselves in today. And then number 3, envision how coaching tools create lasting impact for your clients and for your career. So I'll share with you some coaching tools that you can use as you participate, if you decide to sign up with us, and how these tools can really help advance your leadership, both professionally and as a leader, as you lead others to move forward. The last part of our live webinar involves a live Q&A session with me, your professional certified coach. And what I'll do is simply suggest a couple things, and then I'll leave the door open for you to ask any question that you like. There is no question that you cannot ask. I want to be able to serve you and get all of your questions answered. What I would like you to do at this time is register now for the live webinar. This is the opportunity that you have to register and get your questions answered and listen through the process for how you can become a certified executive coach. You may have a link below or a button to click, and you'll give us some very basic information, your name, your email, your cell phone number, and that'll help us communicate back with you the following information. Notice what it says here. First, you're going to get your Zoom details by email. Secondly, you're going to get your Imagine Certified Professional Coach brochure that explains not only our Certified Executive Coach program, but the entire Imagine Certified Professional Coach program and how you can benefit from it. And then number 3, you're also going to receive a free digital book, my book, a digital copy of The Coaching Advantage. That is simply one way for me to say thank you for watching this webinar. And I really do thank you for watching the webinar. Go ahead and register for our next live webinar, and I look forward to meeting you online and getting to know you a little bit better and sharing with you all of these details to help you become a certified executive coach.